Okay, so we're looking at this diagram here, and I'm adding in fret nuts. This is as if this is the fret nut, and therefore this doesn't exist. Okay, this doesn't exist. Alright, that would be gone. This would be gone. And I'll show you why I'm not going to draw the rest of them in right now. But, you know, again, the Phrygian, the fret note would be there. The Locrian, which is the half diminished, it starts on the 7th of whatever key now. Now we're in whatever key. You can't say that's the key of C. Alright? It's whatever key it is. That's the important thing. Okay? So like the Locrian, we can't get this 7 up here if that's the fret nut. Now, if that's your finger and you're doing a finger bar on that Locrian, any Locrian. So this is my C here. Okay, it would, and you know, I say it's a C. The piano can find that C. That's for sure. You know, this is tuned to a C. All right, and the A. Okay, are we in? Oh, we are in transpose. Ah, that's why it was agreeing. I was like, why is this agreeing with me? It shouldn't be. But we want to keep the piano and the guitar the same because I need to match sounds here. If I want to play you a scale, use your ear. So a Locrian is, if I put my finger there on that on that B there, which is the 7th of C, but it could be anything. Okay, if I put a finger bar there, then we can access this note, and then we're going to use a different pattern to do that. That's what I'm showing you in this diagram. Now, the lines are already there, so this is the unwarped pattern up here. So actually, it wasn't it wasn't really accurate to draw them up there, but it's close enough right now for our purposes, because this is where these frets are. Okay, so we've got that going on. So how many modes do we have? 7. The Ionian, this here is the unwarped patterns. This is the normal fretboard. Alright, so if I was going to draw the line, it would be here. For Ionian, the line is next to the R. I need these notes if I'm going to use a finger bar. So we have the bar here left over from, you know, it was a multi-purpose keyboard there. Now, where's my line? There it is. I wanted to get a different color. Alright, I don't know why it didn't like my color. Okay, I don't need a color now. Alright, so for the E, for the Ionian, we're going to have the fret bar right there, okay? It's kind of a purple. Alright, and like I say, if that's the fret bar, we can't access this at all. Alright, but we can play a different pattern to go in this direction here, which has these longer scales. Alright, so that's what's going on there. Alright, I don't want to here we go again with boxing. Alright, so then we could just take that away. Alright, that's how this works. So this box is long enough to not only deal with the open string case here, it also can do where the bar is. So for Ionian, with root being the C here, okay, Ionian tends to be the E shape. So here's the actual guitar. This is the note that the lowest note that I'm playing down here. Right here, the R there. If I want to play the old patterns, I'm going to go back and get these three so I can look at this and I can say this is the top of an S3S, into an S2L right here, and then an S3S, but it's warped. But it warps back into the picture, so it's easy to get to. That's why, characteristic of a regular fretboard on my charts, you'll see a duplication of the top and bottom string. That's because as the patterns build and the pattern starts to repeat or duplicate itself, it moves over here and then the warp brings it back in. So that's one of the benefits of the warp. So with that, it's I usually skip the seventh and I'll go like if I want to do the whole diatonic scale. That was the pentatonic scale. But people tend to look at the pentatonic scale as just shape hopping, like you're playing hopscotch or something. You don't look at it all too often. I don't look at this as the scale members. I don't say to myself, root 2, 3, 5, 6, root 2, 3, and I should 5, 6, root 2. I don't look at that. That's why it's important to play the diatonic scale, all right? Or starting from 7, we're going to go up to this 2 here, right? So starting from 7, I'm not sure how high we went up there, but it would be more like all right. That I did it just by inspection of the notes because I have the notes on my guitar. Because I wanted to learn guitar and I realized I could teach guitar with the notes on the guitar too. There's no reason not to, as long as they don't interfere with the strings. So the way to look at it is this is a top of an S3S here, 7 root 2. Then we go into an S2L, which is simply 3, 5, 6 root. 3 with the 4, so it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 root. Then we start the S2L over again. Okay. So we go 6, 7 root, 2, 3, 4. The S3S over again. Then we warp over for the 5, 6, and back to normal S3S shape. 7 root 2. So that's doing it by pattern. And you notice it's a little smoother. It's a little smoother than just looking at the notes, okay, and playing them. So I don't know how that would translate in the piano because I always look at the notes when I'm playing piano. Okay, but if you're thinking about the intervals, there must be some way, and you can do that. And it's always important in music to go back and forth between instruments, between modes. How would I think about what I want to play on the piano and vice versa? And for most of the time, it's been what can I play on the guitar that I can play on the piano. And it wasn't until after I learned guitar that I became a better piano player. Does that make sense? We're almost out of time on this segment, but we're going to keep going, so it's going to be invisible. It'll be like about a 2-second delay. So we have this diagram. We have other diagrams to draw from. I could just look at the diagram, soak in the colors, and start lecturing on it. Okay? So, what we got here, is two keyboards